see what he thought would have actually made him as the grandstanding leader here, brokering a deal and being able to, bring the truce between both sides. That has fallen flat completely. And that is the reason why domestically also for President Trump, it's going to be extremely, extremely difficult to convince what's really happening on the ground. Something has really turned around right now.
Can I ask you a question, Abhishek? Because if there is, of course, if this is the takeaway, that there is no deal, and Trump has scrapped the joint lunch with Putin heading back to White House, which means there is no deal. From the India perspective, right, we were looking at this closely because of what Trump has done, slap tariffs on us vis-a-vis our trade with Russia. Now, that hypocrisy has fallen through in Alaska because Putin himself has admitted that the bilateral trade is up 20%. Now, if there is no deal, which Trump said, if there is no deal with Russia, he's going to slap more sanctions, perhaps more secondary tariffs. What happens now?
Well, you see, Trump has painted himself into a corner. The Europeans, they, of course, sort of talked themselves out of the dialogue. But in the present circumstance, with Putin obviously succeeding in stalling any movement on ceasefire till his basic conditions are met. Now, Trump can, of course, get away by saying that these conditions have to be met by Ukraine. These conditions have to be met by the Europeans. And so perhaps he would have a dialogue. Ultimately, what we are seeing is that while there has been some movement, some breaking of ice, and the positive takeaway is that, and to the credit of Trump, let's not be blindsided by the fact that he has been very unfair and dishonest in his relationship with India. He has made some very genuine effort at breaking the deadlock insofar as the Ukraine war is concerned. And so obviously, you will have to give credit to Trump that he has created, by way of these optics from Anchorage, Alaska, momentum for taking some tough call on ending the Ukraine war. He has created a constituency and strengthened the constituency for ending of war in Ukraine and in Europe. And obviously people would get around it in some manner. Europe would consider the options that would have come out or would come out of this long 3-hour conversation that has taken place between the two sides. President Trump has said in that press conference that he would be talking now to the European leaders. Remember, even before coming, he had a video call in which he spoke to the Prime Minister of United Kingdom, the President of France, the leadership of NATO, jointly along with Zelensky. He now says that he will have a call with Zelensky, and then of course he will speak to the European leaders. So obviously a consultative process has kicks in now. But the fact of the matter is, and let's be fair, Niranjan, for all the effort that Donald Trump has made, even at the risk of painting himself into a corner, even risking, getting played by Putin, he has at least done this and opened a window. Now, it's for the Europeans, obviously, and Zelensky to not play recalcitrant. And it's not India which has been recalcitrant. It is Europe and Zelensky which have been recalcitrant vis-a-vis Donald Trump for them to take it forward. He could have pushed this far and no further, while the push and the shove and the dialogue would continue. The fact of the matter is that the most important takeout of that press conference was, or that entire exercise that has just ended, was that Putin has come out of a travel isolation that he was facing. He has made a statement, and in diplomacy optics count. He has made a statement by getting that fly past B-2 bomber fly past salute. He's made a statement by standing next to the American president and telling the world that while the Europeans are making a lot of fuss about it, the fact of the matter is that trade is up between United States and Russia. And so I think Putin has come out winner.